Hi. So, the last video that was the introduction, actually, to what it is that I guess I wanted to talk about. Like I said, always free, make comments. We can talk about it. That's not an issue. The first thing I would like to get into is the human mind. The human mind is extremely complicated, and we have no idea yet, really, all about it. We could take good guesses, but all in all, it's very limited to what we know. They'll do brain surgery, they could do all kinds of stuff, but you could dissect the brain into a zillion pieces and you'll never find who you are. There is no thing to it, who you are, who we think we are. There's, it's like it's non-existent inside of the brain. Um, consciousness itself is, again, it's just circuitry. It's wiring and circuitry. Um, but to get into the brain, we have to understand how it works. Okay, we know there's many parts to a brain. It's Freud and psychologists and like that have you know done in-depth um, study into the brain. The brain has many different levels: conscious, subconscious, uh, ego, uh, alter ego. Um, you know, and again, conscious, subconscious, ego is just the tip of an iceberg, so to speak. That it just goes very, very deep, the brain itself. So, trying to understand, I guess, other people, or trying to understand yourself, basically, is a journey. It's a journey that you need to put a lot of effort into to do it, and it's repetitious in a way that in the repetition you can rewire your brain, because again, the brain makes judgments on everything, everyone, everything. We make quick judgments on things, right and wrong, which in actuality, if you really look into it, what is right or wrong? Everything has a purpose. There is a purpose for everything that happens. You might not like what's happening, like let's just say with the world or politics. But again, these are all things that are made up by the brain. I mean, everything's been made up. Our system, our whole reality is made up. It's made up and all agreed upon, more or less, because when we agree upon something, it becomes our reality. But there is something deeper than that that we still don't understand completely. And until you get through that, it's kind of like when people say that we're in the matrix. There's a matrix. Um, because, again, we're going to talk about religion, science, yeah, all of that stuff. And when science, let's just say, okay, let's just say, uh, like the quantum world, quantum physics completely expels most of the things that we believe scientifically. Like the speed of light is supposed to be the fastest thing in the universe. But yet in the quantum world, there is connections that are made instantaneous no matter how far away you are. So if let's just say something, and there's experiments that have been done, so you can look into it. But let's just say we something happens here on Earth, and let's just say there's an identical part of it, and it's a billion light years away. It'll instantaneously, at the same time, react to it. And that's quite interesting. I mean, think about it. We first say that, the speed of light is the fastest thing, but this seems to defy that. So there's things going on in our world and our universe that are still unexplained. Lots of them. So just to start with, let's just say the human brain having so many different things to it, it's not unfathomable to believe that, and the possibilities. So basically, the whole idea is this: is that we are more than what we seem to be. I went into how our brain has basically, our brain is supposed to be a tool that we use, but our brain is actually using us. And we'll get into that a little bit more, because you can't stop your brain from thinking. Once you can stop your brain from thinking, I mean, just random thoughts always coming into your head continuously, all day long. You're just walking around, just thoughts come into your head. And then the next thing you know, you're thinking about something, and it just takes you, off into whatever it might be. And is that good? Well, it is what it is, but it's not the best thing for you, because a lot of people like to bring you into things and places that you don't want to be, and depressions and stuff like that. And I spoke about that before, how, we think that the thing is to have everything and to strive to succeed. What is succeeding? What is the idea of succeeding? Most people who we thought were successful ended up, committing suicide. And they had money, fame, riches, all of that stuff. So that's not success. In my head, it's not. In your head, it might be, and that's fine. Again, I'm not making any judgments here. This is for people who want to learn more about themselves and maybe get out of what they're in, or what their brain is in, that they can't stop, or can't, they're stuck in something. And basically, the way to get out of it usually is through pain. Unfortunately, that opens up a lot of doors, is when you're fed up to complete, where you know something's not right. And it's been said before throughout history, so it's not like I'm saying something new. This is not something new. And we're going to learn that in, the next videos. Again, I have to keep my videos as short as possible, because we're on a 10-minute format, which I didn't know starting out these videos, but 10 minutes is the max for, let's just say, TikTok and stuff like that. In YouTube, it's a little bit longer, but we'll try to keep it so that it could go across all formats. So we're already almost at nine minutes. Anyway, this is what we're going to talk about, is the human mind, a little bit more of how it works, and, or, the ins and outs of it, as far as what I've learned. Okay. And we'll call this video number, well, there was an intro, which was the last video, and then this one, so this probably makes it about the 13th video. Okay.